I'm not gonna lie. Starting this episode back off in Westview, that kind of shocked me. I thought we were gonna start at where we ended up. I think it was 10 minutes later, actually seeing Monica, and we joined Westview later on.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
didn't think we were gonna see outside of Westview at all this episode.
Oh,
I thought they were gonna one episode outside, one episode back in, the next episode outside, but this one happened.
yeah,
Yeah, we talked about it in the last podcast of what we might see, and I think we actually talked about it being half and half. Which, to be honest, a bit like what you just said there, Zach. I did think, oh, they might just do back in and then back out afterwards, and I'm glad they didn't. I think it worked really well, and I think probably going forward, it'll probably stick with this sort of half and half. Well, not necessarily half and half, but seeing what's happening inside and then what's happening outside. And I hope to stick with that because it worked. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I was expecting not as good an episode. I'll be honest with you, because given what happened last week, I thought, oh, we might have another, just a little bit of which usually happens in programs or series like this, where you build up and then you get a good episode and then it seems to drop, and you're not normally as bothered because you've had such a good episode and it might build up again. Um, but this has just kept going and going, and I thought this episode was absolutely amazing. It just built it up even better than last week.
oh yeah,
Like I was saying last night in the chat, first couple episodes I was kind of meh, still enjoying it, but wow, they Marvel's back, like MCU's back,
oh yeah, and
real big.
with the MCU being back, and me putting on my thinking cap, and I guess I'll stick for the first little bit of the scene. I'm still convinced that Agnes is Agatha Harkness. Um,
Yeah, I am now again. I'm back again. I keep going back and forth. I think last week I was like, nah. This week, she seems to be. I mean, there was a big focus this week on. Well, there was a big focus on Vision sort of finding things out. Um, and a lot of that, when I watched it back, a lot of that was very much prompted by Agnes. The scene where she forgot her lines, or should we do that again? A very which was, I mean, I must admit, I literally, what was I doing? And I was watching it, and I literally just went, I had to go. I was like, is this actually happening? This is unbelievable. Um, and I think then later on, with when she brings the dog kennel in, Vision's sort of like, oh, and she brings in exactly what we need, the dog kennel. And something happened later on, I think, as well. And all these sort of little things that were putting doubt in Vision's sort of mind, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them were prompted by Agnes. And it got me thinking, is Agnes now really starting to sort of push things? But I didn't know why she was wanting Vision to doubt where he is, given the week before. Well, seeing that the week before, or was it 2 weeks before, when she was at the wall with Herb, she
I think
brought.
it was 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks? Yeah, yeah. She purposely
Yeah,
brought Vision over to say, what's Geraldine doing in there. So she is purposely sort of bringing Vision sort of around to the fact that this isn't a sort of real world. I don't know to what end, but probably like what you're saying, Tom. It's she's she's probably Agatha, and twisting things behind the scene. I would say, yeah.
yeah, like she just seems sinister, and especially with the twins right at the beginning. Babies in a crate. This actually reminded me of a few things. First off was the movie The Witch. There's I forget the actor's name. Anna Joy Taylor, Anna Taylor Joy. Can't remember. She was in New Mutants. One of the girls from that.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, she was in this movie, and in the one scene, she's playing peekaboo with a baby, and it's like peekaboo moves her face, sees the baby, goes back, you see her like this, moves her hands again, baby's gone. The baby was gone because the witch took her. I found it weird that Agnes was moving through the house so quickly while Wanda and Vision were talking, nowhere near the babies, too, at least that we could see, then just kind of disappears. You don't hear, you don't see her, don't hear or see the babies. And then
Yeah,
Agnes is back sitting over in the kitchen complaining about how she can't control the kids.
yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah, there was a few creepy moments I thought in this, and Agnes. I think the fact that Agnes just obviously was well, she was, you know, she was shown basically Wanda's powers. You know what I mean? The kids are going up in front of her, and she didn't sort of bat an eyelid type of thing. So, which is different to what some of the other characters. I'm struggling to understand, and I think there must be more than Agnes who's sort of involved with this, because you get some of them, some of the characters, are we calling them characters now? The town people, like is it? I think it's Norm who can sort of releases his mind when they're at work. Now he obviously just he knows in his head, but he's still acting. He's acting out as Wanda or whoever wants him to. Yet you've got someone like Agnes who just seems to be she's just doing what she's doing. She doesn't seem to be playing a role in this Wonder world. Um, but then you've got you've got the postman walks past when they were looking for the dog and said, "Oh, don't worry, your mother will make sure the dog's found," type of thing. So you've got all these little things sort of contributing in, and you're just sort of wondering. I'm still wondering, what's going on, type of thing.